Oh, it's here. It's the new fragrance by Initio Parfums Prives, and it's called Power Self. White flowers, osmanthus, magnolia, pink pepper, musk, ambroxan. This is awesome. So I went to the launch event in New York and I walked inside the venue and the entire place smelled of Power Self. And it's just so lively. It's so energizing. It has that sensual rose, but it's also like very clean and tranquil at the same time. This is an awesome fragrance. So anyway, I'm going to give you my thoughts on Power Self in just a moment. I'm very excited to talk to you about it. So make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I give you my thoughts on the brand new fragrance by Initio Parfums Prives, this one is called Power Self. I'm going to give you my thoughts on the notes, the smell, performance, longevity comparisons, all that good stuff. But before I dive into the video, I do want to mention that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, and of course, if you love smelling your best, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and give this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would really mean the world to me. So I know there's Paragon, there's Rehab, there's Musk Therapy. All of those fragrances are gems. I love Paragon, especially for the cold weather, that boozy Palo Santo and plum. And of course, there's Rehab with the vetiver and the lavender. And it's gently spiced, but it has a hint of sweetness in the dry down too. And Musk Therapy with the musk and the black currant. It's definitely one of the most versatile Initio fragrances, right next to High Frequency. That one I also really love. Well, Power Self, not only do I think it's one of the most versatile fragrances from the brand, it has a huge compliment factor. And something tells me this is going to be incredibly popular among the ladies. If you're a fan of Atomic Rose from the same brand, but you want to do away with the sweetness and you want something that brings in a sense of cleanliness and freshness and professionalism and perhaps even tranquility, you're going to find that with Power Self. I'm so excited to give you my thoughts as far as the smell goes. Let's start things off with a quick look at the presentation first. So right in the opening of this fragrance, you are going to get a fresh rose. That's exactly how this opens up. It's a very fresh rose fragrance. There is citrus in here. I know I went on the official website and I was looking through the notes and I don't think it explicitly has any citrus listed, but I'm telling you, it opens up with this burst of citrus and it's not like a discernible citrus where you're gonna say, oh, it's lemon or it's bergamot or it's grapefruit or whatever. No. It does open up rather fresh, but in a nondescript way. I think it's also the ambroxan and the musk that is like really contributing to the freshness, because ambroxan is used in a lot of fresh fragrances and for good reason. It's a base note, it extends the longevity of the fragrance, it is used as a fixative, but it also amplifies the fragrance, and some people have even said that it makes it more diffusive. Diffusiveness is no joke in this one. Like I said, I went to the event in New York, and as soon as you walked into the venue, there was the big screen, there was the DJ in the middle, the couches on the left. But as soon as you walked in, it was just so redolent of this fragrance. My guess would have been they probably sprayed it 200 times in the air, but I doubt they did. I just think a few sprays just went a really long way with this one. So if you like Atomic Rose, and this is, I think, one of the best ways for me to put it, if you like Atomic Rose, but you're looking for an unsweetened or, dare I say, diet experience of that, you're going to find it here. The rose is not jammy. It's very clean and elegant. Of course, there's the magnolia and the osmanthus. Osmanthus can be quite sweet at times. Some people say honey, some people say apricot, some people say peach. It can have a little bit of like that ripened sweetness about it. So this is why I say I think the magnolia is really the star player here. You're going to get 80% magnolia, 20% osmanthus, and 100% rose. And I'm saying the math isn't mathing. I know, because that's like, what am I talking about, right? So 50% rose, and then the remainder is a balance of magnolia and osmanthus, but heavily leaning in favor of the magnolia because it is rather clean. This is a beautiful fragrance. I love this. I really do love this fragrance. And I'm telling you, especially among the ladies, it's going to be a hit. Like, it has such a bright, clean freshness about it, but then you're also getting captivated by the sensuality of the rose that's in here. And it comes across smelling rather natural, which is something that I really appreciate from this fragrance. And it's something that you don't necessarily get too often, especially because there's just so many varieties of rose on the market. You have the very dark, jammy roses, and then you have ones that are just like so green. It's like you have the rose with the stem and the thorns, and this one captures the sensual aspects but freshens it up. Power Self. If you want to step into the most confident, most powerful version of yourself, if you're ready for that transformation, please select this fragrance, and it will bolster up your ego. It will improve your confidence. It will increase that state of wellness because it just smells amazing. And when you wear it, you know you're going to smell amazing. So there's this confidence that comes along with that self-assurance of, I know I smell good today. So Power Self by Initio Parfums Prives. It's an awesome release. It's an awesome release. I'm really, really enjoying this one. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, I know I made a comparison to Atomic Rose, almost calling it like a diet Atomic Rose, but you know, there are people out there that are not into the gourmands. There are people out there that are not into the sweeter olfactive offerings. If that's you, you're looking for something unsweetened, something with freshness, something with a bit of spice, but something with this clean, elegant white floral personality with that sensual rose, you have to check out Power Self. Longevity on this one was 10 hours on my skin. Projection, really diffusive for the first hour and a half of application. Elbows length scent right around hour 7, skin scent right around hour 9 or 10. Now, in terms of the versatility, I'm going to say it's a bit feminine leaning just because of the rose, right? Rose, magnolia, osmanthus. So it has a strong floral personality. So if you're the type of person that equates floral smells with women's perfumes, inevitably you're going to make that association as well. But I think it's perfectly unisex. Of course, I'm going to wear this myself, and I have been wearing it. But I do think that a lot of people, as far as looking at it through a traditional lens is concerned, they're going to find this one to be a bit feminine leaning, I suppose. Great for the spring and summer. The ambroxan, the florals, the freshness that's in here. I think it's going to be perfect for the spring and summer. And I think this one will cater to anybody of any age. And as far as the presentation is concerned, gorgeous presentation. There's just something about having a number of Initio fragrances and they're all lined up next to each other. It just looks so classy. And yeah, I know the brand is like being worn by celebrities now and everything. So, you know, congrats to the folks over at Initio. If you even watch this video, I think you're doing an amazing job, and I'm very happy for the brand's growth over these past few years. My final verdict on this fragrance is, I think it's an amazing release. I think it fills in a gap that needed to be filled in the collection of fragrances. You know, there's a lot of them like Blessed Baraka, Absolute Aphrodisiac, where I feel like they're kind of appropriate for the same occasions, same scenarios. And, you know, Initio, historically speaking, has been dark, dark, dark. And here we're getting a burst of freshness, fresh and floral. And I just think people are going to love it. They're going to fall in love with it, especially the ladies. So thank you so much for watching. That was my review. I should have been wearing white. That was my review of Power Self by Initio Parfums Prives. Have you tried this one? Do you like Initio? Do you own any from this brand? I would love to engage with you. I always love the interaction, so drop your comment down below. I read every single comment. I don't always respond to every single comment. I'm really sorry about that. It's just that I manage so many different social media profiles, and I really do my best to try to reply to everyone, but I know it's not always possible. But thank you so much for watching. If you took anything of value from today's episode, I would really appreciate it if you would consider supporting the channel by clicking subscribe, hitting the bell, and giving this video a thumbs up. It would mean a lot to me. Thanks again for watching. I love you all. We'll see you tomorrow with a new episode.